What's up, everybody? It's me, your old pal, Dan Hall. Today, we are ranking the 7-Elevens in my hometown of Quincy, Massachusetts. Let's get into it. 7-Elevens are one of my favorite things. I love going to them. I should buy stuff at an actual grocery store and just let it last throughout the week, but there's something so nice to just going to a 7-Eleven and getting yourself nice treats. 7-Elevens go way back. I don't know if you guys know this. It started in Dallas in like 1923, I think. And it was just ice and milk and bread. No treats at all. Can you believe that? No Muddy Buddies to be found. Now in 1946, they changed the name to 7-Eleven, which was like right on the nose because they were open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., which is sick. Now most of them are open 24 hours, but none in Quincy are actually. I think ever since the pandemic, they promptly close at 12 a.m. 7-Eleven has 80,000 locations, okay? Isn't that crazy? I've seen the ones over in Japan. Those ones are friggin' nuts. They got like 7-Eleven cafes in there. Now, we don't have 7-Eleven cafes in Quincy, Massachusetts. They're almost the polar opposite, to be honest. When I'm going to a 7-Eleven, this is what I'm trying to look for. I'm looking for the best pastry treats, like a Little Debbie. Little Debbie's my A1 since day one. Those are my favorite ones. Zebra cake's number one, but we'll take a Nutty Buddy. We'll take an oatmeal cream pie, a mocha oatmeal cream pie, whatever those things are, the double stackers. Then in the drink section, we're looking for a ginger ale, a nice Canada Dry, or perhaps if I'm being like healthy and I go in midday, I'll get a Liquid Death because that's like tea or water or seltzer or whatever. And of course, we're getting ice cream. We're always looking for ice cream. It's so much cheaper at the store, but there's something about buying a $9 thing of Ben & Jerry's at a 7-Eleven at 11:45 p.m. that just like makes it taste so much better. You know what I mean? What we're gonna be judging on today, the criteria, because they're all the same. You know, 7-Elevens are meant to be across the board all the same, but you know, just the little minute things like the vibe, the clientele, the product variety. I know they all have the same things, but some of them are missing some stuff that your old pal Danny boy likes a lot and chooses to not go to certain ones because of that. So we're looking at the products. And then we're gonna be looking at layout and access, you know, like how big the parking lot is, how much space there is when you're in there. You know, those three main objectives are what we're looking for today, okay? Objectives? That's probably the wrong word. Those three criterias are what we're going off of today. You're gonna learn I'm not that smart of a guy. That's why we're ranking 7-Elevens. Also, we didn't do Slurpees because I'm not a big Slurpee guy. I don't like liquid calories. I like to eat them all. You know what I mean? So the Slurpee machines, all of them were working, so there wasn't too much stuff there. Not a big Slurpee guy. Just wanted to make that disclaimer beforehand. All right, folks, let's get into it. Coming in at number 7 on our list of 7-Elevens, our Quincy Point 7-Eleven, the far one, 495 Washington Street, Quincy, Massachusetts. It's like the Las Vegas of 7-Eleven. There's too many Keno tables. I walk in and it's just so much Keno, so much lottery. They have tables from the state Keno people, you know, it's all Keno labeled, and they got more TVs with those little numbers flashing up on it. The Keno guys kill me, and these guys are in here night and day. There's also a scary clientele in here. Quincy Point's a kind of rough and rowdy part of town. There's also booze in here, which I don't drink, and so there's really no reason for me to go in there. Their treats are lacking. Behind the cashiers, just a wall of lottery tickets, like more than I've ever seen in my life. That just seems to bring in a clientele. If you're going in and out of a 7-Eleven like it's a casino, you need to reevaluate your life, okay? Go home to your kids. All right, I'm trying to get a friggin' oatmeal cream pie, and you're blocking up the way to play your numbers today. Parking here is bad. There's a nail salon next to the place. It's a very very tight parking lot. I went with my good buddy Scotty to this one.
Discordia. Tell a friend.
He's just like me. I don't want to be in closed quarters. You open your door and you can't open it all the way. That's the worst. That will deter me completely. And that's why that 7-Eleven comes in at number 7. Moving on to our 6th slot today, located at 650 Franklin Street, Quincy, Massachusetts. It's our South Quincy location on the list today. The one good thing about this place is I was in there, I was looking for some treats recently. Very young love was happening in a 7-Eleven. You could tell this young man, maybe like 13 years old, was taking his middle school girlfriend. He kept going, it's on me, it's on me. And then I heard while I was looking for treats, him go, oh my God, I don't have my wallet. Which, pal, I've been there. And the staff member behind the counter, this older gentleman, great little goatee on him. He goes, I've got you. He didn't even be like, oh, I owe you, come back and pay me. He took out his wallet and ran his card for this little true love, right? That's a nice little true love romance. It was a nice little moment. You're number 6 on the list, unfortunately. The only redeeming quality is the staff here. This one also, I find that the more liquor you have in your 7-Eleven, if you have your liquor license, it's not my favorite 7-Eleven because that brings in the weird clientele. The Keno is this slight little tiny corner that if you ever need to get to the ATM, is blocked up by several guys looking at one screen. Get the hell out of there. I'm trying to eat some goddamn food that's not good for me at 12 a.m. in the morning. Could you move, please? Also, the South Quincy location, the parking lot is always so active. There's always people coming out. It's right next to a gas station and a main road. So if you pull in, pulling out is a friggin' nightmare. It's got a lot of scary people in the South Quincy location too. I was also in there one time late at night, and there was a woman who I had never seen there before working behind the counter. And there was another guy in there, a crazy old man. And she said to me, can you stay in here while this guy's in here with me? And I was like, I'll do that, but lady, I don't know what you think I'm going to do. I'm going to jump behind you if this guy does anything. What are you talking about? So this place is pretty scary. The clientele in here, not ideal. And that's why the South Quincy one, almost in last place, eked by at number 6. Moving on to our number 5 slot, which is located at 363 Hancock Street in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Stay hydrated, folks.
It's our North Quincy location. I don't love this one. It is near a McDonald's, so I will stop at it from time to time, but they never have any Little Debbie treats. Their lighting just doesn't feel right in there. All of the staff, they're not bad guys. They're just they're checked out, and I get it. I'm not judging that. There are just other ones that they're not checked out, and that's almost a bit more of a friendlier feel, They're not paying for stuff out of their pocket when a young romance approaches and he forgets his wallet. You know what I mean? When you have the munchies at 11 p.m. and you need some treats, you want to be greeted by a guy who's not going to scare you. All of their treat foods are, it's like a croissant or like a chocolate croissant or like a muffin. It's a lot of that stuff. They do have some donuts, which I'm a big fan of a donut. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of tight in here too, in the actual 7-Eleven itself. It's tight quarters in there, so anytime there's another person in there and I got the munchies, if you catch my drift, I don't want to be near people. I don't want to be looking at the Reese's Pieces big cups to see, which one I'm going to buy, and there's a guy. Sometimes there's a cop in there. That's the only reason I don't want to go in there. Is too many people and too tight quarters. So parking lot's not bad here, to be honest with you. And that's why you're number 5, North Quincy. Coming in at number 4, holy smokes, we're cooking through these, is our West Quincy scary location. That's what I marked it as because this is a scary 7-Eleven. Located at 75 Copeland Street in Quincy, Massachusetts. This one is tough. As you can see, the parking lot's terrible. There are 3.5 spots. When I first drove by, I didn't have a parking spot, so I went to a different one first. This place has young, scary kids, okay? Little rapscallions, okay? That's okay with me. They're not really ever gonna bother you. They're just rambunctious and loud and stuff. It would have been number 1, but it's dropped to number 4 because the last time I went here, everything was gone. They didn't restock. I don't know if it's because of the tariffs or what's going on, but all of the stuff, I don't know, everything was just out. All the stuff I wasn't there. The staff is very nice here, though. I will say that. I go to this one on occasion because it is the closest to where I live, but I'll go in after my, late night munchies, and the gentleman behind the counter will mess with me, and sometimes my friend Scotty, who's with me, he'll be like, you guys aren't allowed to have any of this. And we'll be like, okay, do you want us to put it back? And then he'll be like, and then he'll just ring us up. And I'm like, I guess that was a good bit. I thought, are we dead right now? What's going on? So that's fun. I like having a little, little person-to-person action. Coming in at number 3, it's our Wollaston location, located at 721 Hancock Street, Quincy, Massachusetts. This one's pretty good. Now, it is located near a train station, so the clientele, a lot of the time, can be scary and junkie-like. So that is something you have to deal with. You have to kind of weave in and out. It's very tight in there, but let me tell you, their treats are always stocked. They always have the best drinks. They got good hot bar stuff. Their staff, whatever. They're not the greatest, but I'll take it. They got a lot of easy parking in there. It's a big old parking lot. We like that. I go into this one a lot at night, and they always have the best treats. Very small. The lighting isn't ideal, but I don't know. This one has a lot of charm to it. I always went to this one in high school. It's where we used to hang out after we drink in high school. We'd go to the 7E, everyone would call it. And that was the one I kind of had near and dear to my heart for the longest time. But it is terrifying now that I'm older and all of the people walking around from the train station. Train stations and booze seem to bring a lot of ne'er-do-wells into these 7-Elevens. So if it has one of those 3 items, they're probably the scariest. But great treats. Great treats and good it's a sliding scale. Great treats, great parking, I'll go. Great parking, scary people, no. Coming in at number 2 for your 7-Eleven rankings, baby. This one is located at 678 Adams Street in Quincy, Massachusetts. Now this one's a little special because it used to be something called a Tedesky's. Tedesky's was a food shop that started here in 1923. It was a convenience store and deli. You could get sandwiches in there. It was like a good neighborhood spot. And then in 2015, 7-Eleven came in. Unfortunately, corporate buyouts, came in and bought out all these Tedesky shops. Probably good for Tedesky's. They were like, yeah, take it. We don't care. The West Quincy Old Tedesky's location still has the deli. I've never gotten a sandwich from there, but it just has a nice vibe in there. It's got a key maker. You know those things, the new robot key maker? There's a ton of space here. There is so much space when you walk in, it doesn't feel like a real 7-Eleven. It feels like someone's ready to trap you, but I kind of like that because you can weave in and out. The staff is nice. I feel like I might know the kid that actually works at this one who runs this 7-Eleven. I might have gone to high school with him. I always see him in there when I'm a little high. But this one's great. Good treats. They got great drinks. They always have the liquid deaths that my girlfriend asked for that no other place has. She's always like, can you get me kiwi mint liquid death? And I'm like, I don't even think that's a flavor, but sure, I'll give it a shot. And this place seemingly has it. This place has like deli and cold cut. This is almost like a grocery store. You know what I mean? This place has lottery and Keno, but it's actually not as bad as you think. They have tables there for the deli, but also people use it for Keno. They have the slurping machine cooking. I don't really see people using that too much, but everything's working great. The lighting is beautiful in here. It feels like you're in an old Tedesky's, and that's what I like about it. I guess I like Tedesky's. That's the thing here. So the West Quincy Old Tedesky's deli location, that one is number 2. And your number 1 7-Eleven in my hometown of Quincy, Massachusetts. It is located at 230 Washington Street, and it is our number 1 7-Eleven at our Quincy Point location. Our last place is Quincy Point. Our first place is Quincy Point. These are actually on the same road as each other, just down about a mile and a half. It's crazy that the worst one and the best one are on the same street, okay? This one also used to be a Tedesky's and something called a Store 24. Now, I see a running theme here. Tedesky's knew how to set up a goddamn convenience store because you walk in, this one's got hots going, they got all that, there's a liquor store attached. You can't buy it in there. So all the ne'er-do-wells are over in the other side doing that. There's not that much Keno going on. You can obviously buy lottery tickets, but it's not these, scary, crusty people coming in. They have all the treats, all the Little Debbie treats. This fact alone is why I think they are number 1 for me. But also, it's huge. It's like it feels like a quarter of a Buc-ee's if you've ever been to one of those. It feels like you just walked into like a little sample of a Buc-ee's. All of their ice cream's always stocked. They got great drinks. They got great snacks. They got all the gummies. They got the Shack gummies. They got the Cactus Shack gummies. They got everything you need here. The lighting's great. This is why this one is number 1. And here's the other thing. Their staff, I was checking out, and as you can see, this guy, he goes, do you want me to bag this up for you? No one on earth in any of these 7-Elevens asks if you want it bagged. I was like, yes, please, sir. Thank you very much. You are now the number 1 7-Eleven on my little rankings here. And congratulations to the Quincy Point 7-Eleven located at 230 Washington Street, baby. Check it out if you're ever in Quincy, Massachusetts, my hometown. I like doing this. This was fun. I got to eat a bunch of treats while I did this. That'll be a different video if I like doing these, which I do. I don't know if you do, but I hope you guys had fun. This one, this is the first one I'm doing of these, so let's see what happens with the next one, okay? I've been Dan Hall. I hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good